Hello everyone, and welcome to today's episode of the Joe Show. Hey Mrs. Salyer. Yes, Joe, what can we help you with today? On that benchmark test, I was really confused about number 12. I need help with number 12. Okay, number 12. Well, let's look at what number 12 was and see how we can help you out, Joe. Number 12 says, what is the product of 2 3/10 and 1 8/10? Well, for one thing, Joe, we are just now getting into our study of multiplying decimals. We're going to be working on that after spring break. So I really hadn't taught you that, but there is a strategy that you could have used, and it goes along with this vocabulary word product. This is very important, and a lot of our fifth graders are forgetting that product means the answer in a multiplication problem. So if you know that you're looking for a product, you could just pretend the decimal point was not even there, and you could have multiplied 23 times 18. Remember, when we're doing traditional multiplication, we start in the ones place, and we just forget about that's tens place. We always start in ones, so we say 8 times 3 is 24. Put down the 4, carry the 2. It's really a 20. 8 times 2 is 16, plus 2 is 18. Okay. I'm finished with the ones place. I'm going to mark it out. And I'm also going to mark down that number I carried. My nephew Corey is in 5th grade, and Corey was forgetting to mark out what he carried and adding it twice. So once I told him that strategy, it really helped him. We're going to put this 0 here. This 0 is here to say we are finished with the ones place and we're moving over. So we're going to go to the tens place, but when we start on the top row, we always go back to the ones, and we say 1 times 3 is 3, 1 times 2 is 2. 8 plus 3 is 11, put down the 1, carry 2 plus 1, 3 plus 1 is 4. Okay, so I got 414. Even though I haven't taught you yet what to do with that decimal point, you can look over here and see there's only one answer that has the 4, the 1, and the 4. So it would have been D. Now, just a preview of coming attractions, there are 2 decimal numbers. That means there are 2 digits behind a decimal. That tells me how many I'm going to move over from the whole number. So if I move over 1, I would go here, and if I move over 2, I would go here. And my answer is 4 1400ths. You haven't learned that yet. That's coming up, but always start with what you know. And you should have remembered that product is the answer in a multiplication problem. And then your thinking should have said, well, if I'm multiplying, I'm going to go ahead and multiply these numbers and see what I get. And that worked as far as helping you find what the correct answer was, because it had to have a 4, a 1, and a 4, and there's only one answer choice that had a 4, a 1, and a 4 in it. So that's just how you can use what you already know, even if there's something that you haven't been taught yet, to help you figure out a problem. Joe, did that make sense to you? Yes, I think I just didn't start with what I know. I knew that product meant to multiply, but I did not even think of multiplying those numbers. I saw the decimal and I said, I don't know how to multiply decimals, and I just picked something. But now I know I should have started with what I did know. Yes, if you start with what you do know, that's going to help you out. And I'm really glad that you are learning and discovering all these test-taking strategies that really can help you out. Hey everybody, join us next time for our next episode of The Joe Show.